You are testing, testing. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. Hey, can y'all hear me? Give me a mic check one. See, I need to push this. There we go. Push this a little forward. Um, Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Give me a one if y'all can hear me. I would greatly appreciate if I can get that one. One. Disregard. All right. Um, y'all see the title? Yeah, yeah. Y'all see the title. We should have a good show for y'all. Before I start the show, make sure y'all remember I have 25% off sale. Let me put that link up in the chat. If anybody wants to join, let me put this in here. Let me copy this. If anybody wants to join the live stream before we start the live stream with Tommy, I just put that link in the chat as well. And hold on. I just put that in the link in the chat as well. So if or if y'all have a question, so if y'all have a question before we start the actual live, you can click the link. I know a lot of people was wondering, like, Cap, what you doing on the hunter side? So if y'all got questions on that, for sure, I'll answer that. I'll answer that question too. It's not a big deal to answer. It's very easy answer. Shout out to Doug. What's going on, Doug? Let me put my sale that I have going on right now. We got 25% off. 25, hold on, percent off sale. 25% off all products. I just put that link in the chat. Cap, we got that one West and that Henny Black yesterday. That's what's up. Hey, Kareem, did you get it in a new packaging? Because I'm not using the bubble wrap packaging. So Kareem, let me know if you got the new packaging. Now I got two new smells right here. These two right here, I do not have a name for them. This is women's. This is men's. I don't have a name for them. If y'all can hit me up in my DMs or something, give me some name suggestions. Y'all let me know. I can't say enough about this hair crack. I've gotten since I opened this up. I opened this up at I think on Sunday. Since Sunday, I've had 16 sales for this hair crack. Let me bring it over. 16 sales for the hair crack. The envelope was all black, but was the packaging what it wasn't wrapped in the bubble wrap, it was wrapped in the brown paper, right, Kareem? Let me know. And the reason why I'm asking is because I think when I was wrapping it in the bubble wrap, it was making the oil sweat a little bit, so I changed the packaging. So just let me know if the packaging was a little better. I have Egyptian musk as well. Let me log in. I didn't know you could log into Telegram. Can you log into Telegram on the web? Let me see real fast because I think Tommy just sent me the link. And so we could join and we can get this party mother and started. We're gonna get this. When I say get this party started, the Tommy came up with a damn psychological perspective that this code, yep. Okay. Is it gonna let me do it? Let me see. Log in by phone number. All right. 646-312. I'm just logging into my Telegram on here. All right. They sent me a code. What's the code? There we go. Telegram code. All right. 68147. Booyah. Booyah. Got us another one. You saw that video with Tommy and Wack. Listen, man, when y'all see Tommy's side, it's gonna make it even funnier. Like this yesterday showed me that I should have left the hunter side a long time ago, and I definitely will not be back on no damn hunter side. Yeah, the brown wrap. Hey, Kareem, so was that brown wrap better? Because I think the brown wrap is better. I think it's more air, so the oils don't sweat as much. So I think the brown wrap was better. You let me know, because I want to stick with that going forward. All right. So now let me click this StreamYard link so I can go ahead and join this StreamYard and we can get the mother party started. Let me share my screen over here. Present. Share screen. StreamYard. Boom. Come back over here. Put this on full. Wait, hold up. Wait, exit. I want to do it like that. Then there you
I
go.
got you.
Yep. We are
All
in the
right.
game now. We are in the game. We are in the damn game, man. Tommy,
Where am I?
you say what?
I'm hearing an echo on my end. I don't know
Well, let
why.
me check. Let me check my settings. I got reduced noise and echo on that one. Let me check the other one. Let me check the audio. Yeah, I ain't got no echo or nothing on mine.
It's probably
Cause I don't hear no echo.
shit. See how you said because I don't hear you not hearing that?
No, I don't hear nothing. Uh
What the fuck? Hold on a second. I'm gonna find this shit. Okay, I think I found it.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Somebody in my comment section said I didn't understand Wack at the end of the interview. We're gonna break all that down. We're gonna we gonna listen, Wack, you can say Wack ran into a brick wall yesterday. But before we get into it, man, welcome to the TNT rundown, man. We had to do this show today. We had to.
We had to postpone all kind of shit.
Yeah.
we had to let several citizens down in our lives to make sure this happens.
Facts, man. You is not lying. We had to do that. My son is upstairs right now watching his cartoons. Lord allow. He stay up there.
My daughter had her recital by herself. I can't go. I can't. See, you got a camera video it.
Right. Man. So for those that have been in the dark, the past 2 days have been pretty interesting. So just a brief recap. Tommy and I was doing rundown on Sunday. As we doing rundown, we bring up the Vlad story, which is interesting because Vlad has now apologized, even though I think it's a weak ass apology. And I don't think it's enough. I think Vlad should be banned, me personally. I don't think he should be followed or subscribed to XYZ. But as we're doing that show, somebody informs Tommy that Wack is doing Wack is interviewing Vlad on his channel. So, and that he talked about Tommy. So we couldn't get the minute marker to hear whatever it was that he said during the rundown. So they came up with it later. So Tommy hits me up and he's like, "Can you get in touch with Wack?" And I'm gonna tell y'all, when Tommy sent me that message, I didn't really want to say yes. I didn't want to because so now, Tommy, you may not know this, but I've been dealing with Wack for about 2 years. Last year we got into it and I stopped dealing with him. And then he asked me if I would debate Richard Spencer on No Jumper, sent me a whole text message, mentioned it on Clubhouse. And so I tried to deal with him again. And then in the same month of February this year, the same thing happened. So I haven't been dealing with Wack at all since February. But because Tommy is a brother, Tommy wanted to clear his name. I could facilitate that. I said, fine, I'll hook it up. But I had to call Tommy and give Tommy the rundown because I didn't want Tommy to say, Cap, I thought you was my brother. You didn't tell me I was walking into this shit right here. So I told Tommy, I said, it can go one or two ways. I said, they could bring you on there. They can ask you the questions, let you answer the questions, and then that'd be that. That would be, you would think that would be the most civil way because when you think about it, I didn't watch the whole interview, but I'm pretty sure they did not treat that white man like they treated you yesterday. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure. And they can't even use the excuse that Tommy so-called says something about Wack because just a couple months ago, Wack used to talk trash about Vlad. I remember when I was on No Jumper and I talked trash about Vlad. It's like they talk trash about each other. Now, I guess because in the past couple of months they made amends because Wack has since been on Vlad, and Wack has had game on Vlad, so maybe they not beefing no more. But at one time they were. And when I'm saying beefing, I don't mean like at super duper odds, but he would call Vlad like a racist XYZ like that. But they didn't disrespect the white man. But when Tommy came in there, the way I said it'll probably go, they do what's called plays, where they wait to set you up. They wait to do this to try to make you look like a fool. So I had prep Tommy for the shit. I had prep Tommy, and I said it could go either way because I'm not knowing how they're gonna do it. And Tommy, I'll let you take it from there. But I want I'm sorry. And so the only reason for my listening audience, the only reason I was on that 100 side stage is because I was linking up Tommy with Wack so that he can tell his side of the story. If Tommy doesn't call me, I'm not going on Wack show. Just so y'all know. But Tommy, you got it from there.
Well, and one I appreciated, and the biggest thing I appreciate was not that I asked you to do something and you did it, but you warned me before doing it. You were like, look, and y'all, this is some brotherly shit. Let me tell y'all, he didn't even text. My phone rang. He said, you might not want me to do this. It's like, you know what? It's probably a lot of times that a brother did. You know, like you tell a brother, say, hey, hook me up with old girl.
Right.
Okay, I can do this if you like, but I want you to know everything involved in this before I do it. This bitch is gonna suck your homeboy dick, and I want you to know that when she do it, that you ain't gonna be mad at me. You ain't gonna tell me why you hooking up with this bitch.
Right. You're not gonna come to me and be like, you ain't tell me she was blowing everybody ride on the block. Why you ain't warn me? You ain't gonna tell me that. You ain't gonna tell me that. I wanted to make sure. And he right. When I texted him, I called him and I ran it down. I had to because I didn't want Tommy to be like, nah, you ain't do that. I called him right away to let him know. And I think that's what you do. Like if you care for a brother, if you down with a brother, man, you should, warn them and shit like that so they knew what they walking into. But you can go ahead. You can finish Tommy. Yeah.
And so he said he literally talked to me, and even when I kept saying yeah, he's like he kept further elaborating. He's like, I don't think you get it. It's what he's gonna do. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine with it. Just go ahead, And I guess what do they say? Fools rush in. So I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm grown. You don't tell me what to do. He's like, no. Here's what you need. This, and then he basically said, and this is probably what they're going to try and do.
Right.
And he said, I just want you to be prepared for it. And let me tell you, if he hadn't have done that, though, I actually wouldn't have been prepared. So because he did it, I had two things. I said, I'm ready to have a regular conversation, see if it happens.
Right.
But I know what to do now if it doesn't. And so that's why I said I appreciate that part of it, that you didn't just do it for me, because it's like, I guess with a child, you can't just do what a child asks. Sometimes you got to realize it might not be what you want.
Right. And I think
go ahead.
Yeah, and I just think that was so important because then as we get into it, and if you play some of it, listen, when I listened to that, I did a live stream this morning talking about it. When I was listening to your live stream, it's better if you watch, and I don't know if you got the video up to play some pieces of it or
I'll put it in there. I'll put it in here and then we'll play it. But go ahead and talk. I'll put it in. I'm thinking about it.
Because when they're going crazy, so to back it up. So first of all, to get him on Clubhouse was a pain in the ass itself. I'm FaceTiming with the brother trying to he had to update the app. We put a lot of work to get this brother on this damn Clubhouse app, man. And so when we get in the room, now mind you, it's supposed to be about Tommy responding to Vlad. It was not supposed to be Tommy versus Wack or Tommy versus Wack and the 100 side and all these cats going off. You would have thought they gave great respect to the white man. Even their defense of the white man, when I was like, he was wrong for threatening her job. And so Wack says to me, so you saying he shouldn't have said nothing? I said, no, I ain't saying he shouldn't have said nothing, because she said this is black business. So she opened the door for something to be said. But what we do know is that the so-called Jewish man will always attack your job. And that's what I disagree with. I didn't disagree that if he would have said FUB or something like that, I could talk about hip hop or whatever. Because she opened the door, he's entitled to that. But why didn't he stay there? Why did he have to go to the job? And I'm calling him a Karen, and Wack is sitting there defending that. He's defending
Yeah,
it.
and that was weird. And it's funny because like he was putting us in excuse me, he put us in the same boat, like saying, and I guess he thought, well, since you looked out for me, y'all think the same. I think that's the one thing that people don't realize, that we cool, but we don't have the same brain.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I think this is an anomaly to people. I think they believe if you cool with somebody, you gotta think like them.
Right.
That y'all can't be. We see the world differently because we grown men. We weren't
Exactly.
raised together. It's stupid.
Right.
Because look at what he did with Vlad. That's the part that's scary. I guess because he became Vlad's friend, he feel like he must be in lockstep with him. And that's not true friendship. To me, true friendship would be to say, this is not a good idea. Why would he tell Vlad that this is not a good idea? Especially when, I want you to take a look at something, and I know I'm working backwards.
No, that's
Especially when
fine.
this happened. Shouts out to my man, nwheel.com. He put up that, he said, plus, he's fighting for shit that even Buddy know he's wrong for doing. We will always be another racist slave as long as we follow folks like Wack 100. And remember, he tried to act like we'll be slaves because we follow people like you. You remember he said that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He said, no, y'all gonna be fucked up for following people like Captain Tazar. Y'all. That the black, and he said the black woman was supposed to know her position. Like, because she's a professor at a job, she's supposed to know her position. Like, what black man? Like, listen, man. He made you. The only thing I'm gonna say, right? Like, he made you be right when you be talking about niggas. At the end of that, like, because I defend these niggas. Like, I'll defend the black man. Yeah, I'll defend the black man to know, no, he's some goodness. Get somebody, you can get this out of, you can get that out of. But after yesterday, hearing him vehemently defend that Vlad could threaten her job, threaten her losing her job, I couldn't understand that. But then I was thinking, like, he always is defending like a white man. I was talking on my live stream. There was this guy, Jeremy, that used to try to take pot shots at me. And I don't really bow down to white people. Like, when I mean by bow down, when I see a white person, I don't attack them, and I'm extremely cordial. A quick sidebar. I remember at the job that I had, they played my videos of me street teaching. And I'm on there calling a white man the devil and all that stuff like that. And the Jewish owner brings me in the office, and he said, "Hey, Tyree, man, we saw the videos that, you out there." And I said, "Yeah, well, that's what I do in my off time." And he said, "Good. Just as long as you don't do it here, we're good. Because when I'm at the office, I'm just at the office. I'm not trying to convert them." Like, I
don't be talking to people at work like that.
Yeah, I don't be at the job like, you white people gonna go and change, and you black people gotta stop selling drugs and get. I don't do that at the job. I don't do that. So with the guy Jeremy, he used to try to take pot shots at me, and I would never back down. And Wack would always be like, "See, Cap, that's why you're not gonna go nowhere, because you ain't learning this, you ain't learning that." And then one day, me and Jeremy is having a conversation. He asks about my business. Now, this guy Jeremy is a pretty popular guy from what I know. Does like marketing or something like that. So he's asking me about my business. So I entertain him. And I said, "Yeah, I've had my business since 2019. I make this." He said, "Well, what if I told you, if you're a good boy, that I could do XXXXX?" And I'm saying, why did I have to be called good boy? Like, why did it have to be if you're a good boy? And then Wack says, "Yeah, that was some bull crap when he said that, but he'll still defend that." Vlad says this about the black woman. Now he apologizes. So now all the fighting that Wack did with me yesterday, how does he feel knowing that now Vlad knows he was wrong? So now Wack can't say he's right. You can't say you're right.
That's why I wanted to ask you. I was like, that's why I said I was working backwards, but that's why I wanted to ask you because I know you know more about him than I do.
Mm.
And some of that has to be disappointing from you because I know you expect better out of niggas than I do. You you do. You still got disbelief. Misguided as it is, you still got the belief that black folks just don't do the right thing. And so when you watch this man go at you, because that's what really made me say, okay, I gotta be on my toes. Because when he
Right.
went at you at the start before I even got on, I said, what the
Hmm.
fuck?
Yeah, and see, that's because of the bad history that eventually developed. So the scriptures say, shake the dust. Like when you go into a city, it says shake the
Mm,
dust off. So with brothers like that, I just shake the dust off. That's why I said I had stopped dealing with them for a long time. So because I stopped dealing with him, that's why he spoke to me like that. Like that's the first time that I spoke to him since like February, like on an app. So he already coming in hot with me, thinking that that's going to trigger me, but it wasn't going to trigger me. I'm just defending the subject at hand and proceeded. And I had to make sure I called Vlad a Karen and called Vlad a bitch because that's what he was. And then that makes Wack, of course, defend him more. So I wasn't let down. My any letdown that I had of Wack went out the window in 2023.
mm.
So when I started dealing with him, it's almost like you try to work with brothers, but when you see what they are, you don't be surprised anymore. You know, you can work, I can work with anybody. Like I could work with anybody on the planet. My expectation changes based on how you carry yourself. So because he carried himself like that and I could see it, that's why I could call him on your behalf. Because when I call him, I knew he would do it because but I also knew the setup was coming. That's why I warned you about it. Because the controversy is what sells. I didn't know what they was going to use to try to turn on you, but I knew it was coming because they love defending white people. And you can't say they cannot say that this was not about the defense of white people because when you tried to talk about Vlad, he didn't want to talk about Vlad. He sent it once he tried to when he started asking you about did you grow in a sorority, was you in a gang when you was in all he was fishing for some wait before I say that, can you say that Peter Pan shit? Because I think that probably helped get under his skin because there's a lot of Peter Pan niggas out here. That Peter Pan analogy that you gave, I thought was absolutely amazing. Can you break that down?
Yeah, I pointed out that a lot of blacks live with a Peter Pan mentality, which means we don't ever want to grow up. We want to remain children. I said when I was in my 20s, I acted as I was in my 20s. And this is actually, you can back this up scripturally. You'll tell them that this is
Right,
true. This is scripturally backed
right.
up. I
Like
was in
when I
my
was a
20s.
child, I thought as a child.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So when I
Hmm.
was in my 20s, I act like I was in my 20s. When I got in my 30s, I realized I was no longer in my 20s. I had to progress in life. When I got to my 40s, same thing. Well, you got women in their 40s saying I'm just as good as women in their 20s. Well, why would they say this when they know they're not the same as they were when they were in their 20s? A
Right.
man, same thing. The reason why you have, and the guy had asked me, basically, he knew more about Wack 100 than I did. And I really think what got under Wack's skin was I'm on this radio show with these West Coast guys saying, I don't know who he is. No matter how many times they asked, I literally kept saying, I don't know anything about him.
Right.
So then they had to then direct me to something he did. And I said, well, I always talk about the Peter Pan mentality where we don't want to grow up. We don't want to leave this certain stage behind. When you have all these women who have children, and the first thing they want to show you is they body done snap back. Well, that doesn't make sense. You're a mom now. Why do you want people to know you fine like this?
Right.
Why do you
Right.
want people to know you? Why don't you want people to know you're a mom now? Why
Right.
don't you want people to know you have moved to a different stage? We, even when we rap, the rappers are living in mansions. They don't sell drugs anymore. What are they rapping
Hmm.
about though? When they lived in the hood, when they sold the drug, they're never moving away from it. So, from what I
Right.
heard from there, I said, we don't want to move to the next stage of life because we want to stay childish forever.
That's right. And I thought that was so heavy. And then you find that in a lot. Now that Peter Pan, I'm about to be calling a lot of niggas Peter Pan. But what's the okay? So Peter Pan for the men. So I can't call a woman Peter Pan. So what are we gonna call her?
No,
You
you
got
can
something?
call her Petrus.
Petrus?
You
Okay,
can-
we're gonna call him Petrus.
but
But
you can
that's
say,
that's
Mhm. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say like that's a heavy point because we get stuck in time. You know what I mean? Like junkies get stuck in time. Junkies when they
Yes.
can be full out on drugs, they still think they the fine woman or fine cat or fly cat they was before they got hooked on the drugs because they stuck in time. And black men get stuck in time. And I think that does fit Wack, that whole stuck in
Mhm.
time. The stuck in time in a sense that the position that he's in, like we all come from ill environments, all of us. Nobody, like it's not special to say we grew up without a father. We all grew up without a father. It's not special to say you grew up in gangs or drug infested neighborhoods. We all did. But your light is supposed to shine that you made it out. That's what the scripture say, let your light shine. Now if your light shining is to bring us right back and not allow us to elevate, then what you're really saying is I want to make it out, but I don't want you to make it out. That's a crab in the barrel mentality when you should want everybody to make it out. I have never had in the West Coast, they call them OGs. I forget what I call like we call them old heads or something. I've never had old heads glorify the life that they lived, whether they were successful or horrible at it. Real OGs don't glorify it. They don't tell you to live that life. They tell you to stay away from that
Mhm.
life. And they themselves don't conduct themselves in a manner that when you look at them and say, how you gonna tell me not to be a gang member when you doing all gang member mentality? How you gonna tell me not to sell drugs when you still linking niggas up with the damn connect? How you gonna tell this woman not to be a whore when you still got her going to the whole house? You can't do both. You're either one or the other. There ain't no, you can't be lukewarm like on the fence on one side and on the other. And so in that interview, when he tried to make it
That
seem
also is
like
biblical.
that all that is biblical. That's why I said
You either
lukewarm
hot or you
or
cold.
cold.
Because if
And
you
you know,
lukewarm,
he gonna spit you out, is what the scriptures say. And so even when he tried to make it seem, so when he plays the video and try to make it seem like you talking about him, which you was not. You said if that's what he's doing because you didn't know if he was doing it or not. So now you just doing commentary, which we do that with Trump, Joe Biden. I don't know none of them niggas. So if you tell me to talk about Joe Biden, I can only talk about Joe Biden if I spoke to him. I can only talk about Trump if I spoke to him. I can only talk about that. That doesn't even. I can't talk about Vlad. Then why we talk about Vlad? I don't know Vlad unless I talk to him. I can't comment on him. That's weird. When that's what social media is about. We see a post, we see something on social media, we talk about it. So when you said if he does that, the if gives leeway to where if I find out it's not true, that's why I'm saying if he does it. Now, if we
Mhm.
know he does it, then that's one thing. So when he tried to present himself that he doesn't do that, I think like 5 minutes later, you was all type of bitch ass niggas and all kind of shit. Now it's like the stuff that they saying, there's some validity there. Because
Yep.
why would he flip out like that? I would, if it was me, and let's say if I was like that, but I didn't want you to know that, I would have never called you a bitch ass nigga. I would have just gave you the persona that I wanted you to see because I wanted to cut you on agreeing with them.
Yep.
That's what a real, like if you want to win something and you want to make your point, you can't argue that you're not this person and then become that person. He told you don't speak on gang shit no more. So all the
Which
stuff.
which negated actually
Mhm,
negated what he said about that girl telling Vlad not to speak on black stuff.
mhm.
It
So
doesn't make sense. You defended Vlad's ability and thought how whack it was, which I
mhm,
agreed. Like you and I disagreed on that, and that's what
right,
like he was trying to find. I was like, no, I actually agree that her telling him this is black business is stupid. I
right.
agree with. but
Right.
she has the right to say that without having her job threatened, you jackass.
Right.
It
I,
doesn't make sense.
yeah, that's
Or he
the
didn't
where we
threaten her
agree
job.
that right. Where we agree that was the job. You're right. We disagree with saying it, but we agreed
Mhm.
that just because she said it, the job doesn't have to be like. And here's something: as you and Wack go into it, he didn't say, "I'm gonna contact your job." Even though he said don't talk on that business. When he told you not to talk about gang shit, you didn't say, well, I want you off a clubhouse, or I don't want you to be a manager. I don't want you to do that. So why when Vlad gets into the same position, he got to now threaten her job? Makes no
And just
damn
as a
sense.
black man, as a man, like again, and I'm not trying to say it's anybody's job. You remember you and I we had this whole discussion with the rest of the people, invited them up when we were
Mhm.
talking about a man's job to protect. And I think this is where we
Right,
came to an agreement. We were like, you can't protect all of them because if all of them are being protected, then none of them are going to listen to the people who protect them because we're
right,
being told we got to do it regardless. So you
right,
got to be under my protection, which that means you got to do something. So
right,
I look at it this way. With you, we agreed where we was like, I like the way she handled it. She didn't turn into no fucking victim, and he tried to make her one.
right. Like I'm like, he got mad when I said she was gangster. I said she was gangster with it. Are you gonna tell her at her job she's supposed to be gangster? What does her job have to do with it? This is Twitter. Like tell me this is tweets on a goddamn app. This ain't at the Princeton University where she doing a class on Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and some white college student raise their hand and go to talk, and she say to the white college student, "This is black business. This is not your." Now you can bring her job into play because she's doing that at the job. But if we
Yes.
tweeting, that's like saying if it's the Giants versus the Cowboys, and they be like, "You ain't no real Giants fan. You can't talk about it." It's the same thing. I don't.
You
I
ain't from New
man,
York. You can't have an opinion about New York
right,
rap. You ain't from the South. You can't have an opinion about, people say things like this. But you and I were common sense with it, saying he should have known. If you're going to say she should have known better because that's her job, then he should have known better because he has a bunch of people watching him go after. But he said he didn't go after her job. And I had to point out to him, sir, he tagged her job. I said, if
right,
I think I gave several examples of if I tag this, how can I say I'm not going after that when I literally brought it to their attention when it was none of their business?
right,
It wasn't Princeton's business. Princeton ain't going around trying to see if she arguing about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. They're not worried about that. But you're
right.
trying to make them have to be worried about it. And that's, as you said, what you kind of Vlad did you call him at that point?
Oh, he's a bitch. He's a male Karen and a bitch. That's what Karen. I think the phrase Karen came like when white women overact what they go through with black people. Sometimes they make up shit with black people, and sometimes they go overboard with what the black person did. And so they came up with the phrase Karen of them going overboard. And that's what Vlad did. So Vlad was the male Karen. That's why I say bitch, because Karen is a woman, and Vlad became a woman in that moment. And just like all women do, what they do, apologize for it later.
And you remember what makes this so bad? I want y'all to understand what makes this so bad is that he tried to talk her into apology and don't walk it back now. It's right here.
Right,
You're gonna
right.
try to talk. So all the shit you said she was gonna do ain't God good. Ain't God
All the
good.
time. All the time.
Got you doing that. It's almost like Pharaoh and Moses. Everything you said was supposed to happen to them. It happened to Egypt. You set up there, you damn Edomites. They done came out the woodwork. And what happened to them? Everything you meant for evil for my people.
Yep.
Everything.
That's right. That's right, man. And so and what's funny, and I'm gonna tell this part too. So I had said to Tommy, I said, Tommy, now we ain't gonna talk, we ain't gonna talk about it. I don't think we gotta talk about it. When I watched Tommy's live, because so when they kicked you out the room, because they kicked me out the room too. That's the other thing they do.
Damn.
When you Yeah, they kicked me out too. So that's the other thing they do. So like when they couldn't rattle you, because they tried to rattle you first with the lie of the transgender. So he tried to bring up some transgender. And anytime you got the lie or resort to those tactics, it shows the childness in you. Because
Yup.
whenever I wanted to win a debate or a battle, I just want to win the battle based on my actual wit of facts. And transgenders to a straight man, that's real weird to try to bring that up. It's almost like fishing for something. Like, I don't know if he thought when he said that to you, that was going to make you go in your brain like, damn, did I deal with one? But you handled it right. You was like, bring the transgender on it. Where the transgender at? Like, because and I don't think they know you like that, because when he said that, I knew it wasn't true off the back. Just because if with your reputation, if you dealt with a trans, oh, that would be public knowledge. Listen, it wouldn't.
Did it. The tranny would have came out to make their
Yeah,
money.
and
All the
I wouldn't.
stuff that they say about me, common sense would be like all
Yeah,
the baby mamas. Them baby mamas just been quiet for all these years. They just won't say anything. He owed child support. So the woman who I owe
oh,
child
child
support to
support.
watches me walk around my house talking about how nice it is, knows exactly where I live, but she won't come looking for it. No,
Right.
but the internet does.
That shit is crazy. And I'm saying to myself, if he was with a transgender, I wouldn't be live. I'm not sitting across next to no man talking about he sleep with men or something like that. But that was the spin to try to get you to go off. And when it couldn't work, and I'm watching your live stream, and you got like the mic, you got the phone here so they can hear it in the mic. And I just hear you because I couldn't really hear you. And that's what I said. So when they kicked you out the room, they
And
like,
my
Pat,
version better.
yeah, your version is it's not only is it better, it's funnier. It's funnier and it's sadder. It's funnier and it's sadder because this is what I said to him. I said it would have been better if it was just you and him. Like if it was just, and I'm talking like I'm talking to Wack. I said, Wack, if it would have just been you and him, that would have been better. But once you got everybody talking, I said even I couldn't hear what he was saying. So I don't know what he was answering, what he was not answering. I heard a little bit. I don't know if it's his voice or nothing, because you got all these voices going off. And when you hear it through your live, that shit sound like when Steve Harvey said in Kings of Comedy, when he said it just be one mic, but all of them got the mic. And remember, he walking across the stage like, that's how it sounded. All you hear is like, bitch, transgender, answer the question. That's all, but you don't hear. It's so incoherent. You better than me. And when I see you on the live, like making noises and shit, I said, this nigga is crazy. That's what, like, just tell me over there, I'm gonna troll y'all. Like, you gotta play some of that. Like, for those that didn't see it, like, you gotta play when they go off like that. Like, you gotta play what you was doing while they going crazy, thinking they getting you. You gotta play
because I don't even watch myself back. That's the funny thing. I don't, and I don't like the way the way I sound. But for some reason, that like you called me when I was listening to it, I said, well, if I'm going to play it, I'm going to talk to the people in the comment section and let them know it's a replay. But I'm going to still talk to them because they probably didn't get a chance to see it. So I, at that point, got a chance to listen. And I'm not lying. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, oh, no. It was funny because I was like, they're really getting mad at me. They meant this for evil for me, and it turned on them. This whole thing was a setup. And what really hurts me, though, is that he was willing to, as my man, Chris, the NWill.com said, he was willing to go to bat for this man. That man didn't go to bat for himself.
At all.
He folded. He folded. You out there to make yourself look stupid. You wanted to go headlong, or as we call it down the South. You went on a dummy mission. You did that.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked him, well, how much is that Jew paying you? I mean, how much is he paying you? I don't understand what would make any man fight that hard for this man to disrespect this woman, because that's what you're doing.
That's all you're doing.
Hard. Go ahead.
No, that's all you're doing. And then I even said this. I think even when you was on the stage, I said this. I said, y'all talking about what Tommy say about black women, but yet y'all are defending this white man that wants to get a black woman fired just for saying this is black business. You know how many racist people say the Jewish people are good for doing that? Jewish people are good saying this is Jew business, stay out of it. And you know what you got to do? You got to stay out of it. You can't get involved in it. You can't do none of that. You have to stay total. Hey, can y'all hear my son? I just want to know. Y'all don't hear my son, do y'all? If y'all
Nah.
can't, then this is a good microphone because this boy is standing right next to me singing Old McDonald right now.
You know what? You better cherish this because when they get old, like my daughter, they ain't gonna want to be
Give him the
around you
money.
no more. Like I
Yeah.
missed that. I missed that. People got videos of my daughter saying and she didn't care that I was lying. She jump in my lap, with
Mhm.
the mic. She wanted to be seen. And then
Yeah.
what's gonna happen is they just gonna stop and you gonna miss it. Watch.
Yeah.
We can
No,
hear
yeah. So that's yeah. So that's why I ain't getting rid of him. I'm letting him stay right there. But that showed me like the fight for, and think about this. It ain't just a black man fighting for him because black men do fight for a white man. We've seen that. But he portrays himself as a former or current Piru, a gang member, blood affiliate, or blood himself. And to fight for the white man the way that he was, you would think it would be reversed. You would think it would have been the way they act, you would have thought it was Tommy doing it.
Yep.
Because they put that reputation on Tommy that Tommy is always against the black woman. But in this position, the only position Tommy had was that um Vlad had a right to respond to her because she said it, which I'm in agreement with that too. I believe Vlad could have said anything to her. But when you went to a job, that's where it was wrong. So you would have thought it would have been reversed. But every
And like even
tactic,
I saw it that it was his first thing he did. There was not a
right? It wasn't no
conversation that she
build
went
up.
on with him. He saw this thing she
Mhm.
said and said, I'm gonna go to your job because I think this can get you fired. And that's the part that I don't get. And then to sit there and lie, because that's what it was. To lie, use Wack 100 to lie. Oh no, I wasn't trying to go at her job. I was just trolling. How the fuck was that a troll?
No, I can't
What
put
part of
you gotta watch
I
this.
was trolling by tagged your I think that's what I told him. I said, if I tag your wife or your girlfriend
Right.
in something, how can I act like I'm just trolling? No, I'm not. I'm trying to get you right then on
Yeah.
the spot.
That cut
Because
him too.
yeah, because
Eh,
think about it. Once you tagged her school in that, everything that happens from there, her school's involved.
Yeah. They watch it.
Which is
You
why
gotta
I'm glad
assume they
she
watching
saw it
everything.
and responded the way she did.
Yeah. And you gotta assume they see everything. Once you see that tag, you
Yep,
gotta assume them or somebody that follows them is seeing everything that takes place.
that's why he's doing it.
And like you said,
It ain't the
that
dean.
was
He knows other professors there would see it.
mhm.
He knows other people who work there would see it. He's not stupid. So for him to say I was just trolling, how the fuck was that a troll?
I don't get the trolling part because, like you said, that was the first thing he did. It wasn't no why can't I participate, man? He could have said, I've been on YouTube such amount of years. I interviewed this one. I think I got he could have went that route.
He could have said I'm a
But
DJ. I know sound.
he could have said that too. But he went straight to I'm gonna take this bitch's job. That in his mind, that's how he looked at it. This black bitch
Or I'm
can't
gonna make
talk
her
to me
back
like
down and apologize. That's why he said, don't back down. He kept at it.
yeah.
And every subsequent tweet, he then kept tagging
Mhm.
Princeton.
Yeah. And that's why I said she was gangster because she didn't back down at all. She said, thanks for trying to bully me. And the bully wasn't his response. If he doesn't put Princeton in there, she wouldn't have said you was bullying. It's only because
Mhm.
he put Princeton in there to try to bring their attention. And that's such a sign of fucking weakness by Vlad. Because she even
Oh
pointed out
man, period.
yeah, of a man, period. Right. Of a man, period. The reason why I'm pointing out Vlad, because Vlad is supposed to be the star. And I said this to Wack. I said, she's supposed to be an ant in his world.
Yep.
This is a girl that I think she has like 1,000. She probably got a lot of followers now, but at the time,
Now,
she had like 1,000 or some odd followers, low numbers. Vlad got like 1,000,005. Who knows how many followers Vlad got? And so to pick on her, that is the number one essential thing of bullying. You would have thought that he was man enough to ignore her, but maybe Vlad has a thing of hatred from black women. That's what you're gonna say, or you're gonna say something different?
a little bit different, but I'm gonna see where you go.
Because I think that because black women date Vlad, Vlad has developed something in himself where he thinks he has a right to speak on black women. Now, that's a part of the conversation that black women probably don't want to hear because they probably don't deal. They're going to say, "Well, I don't deal with black women." But when I was doing my research, I was looking up some things, and I saw that Vlad actually had a court case from a black woman back in
Mm,
2019. Maybe I'll read some of this later. I haven't had a chance to go through the whole thing, but Lataya, it's spelled Lataya. So that's what I'm saying, Lataya. Lataya
mhm.
Edwards had a case against him for harassment. He's spoken against other black women, but then in one of the statements was from
And read
Godfrey.
them quotes that were in it. That the thing that you sent me.
That the thing that I sent you? Okay, yeah, I
There
didn't
were
see
a
the
couple of
it's some
quotes underneath it that were attributed to him. They're in
let me
bold
open
letters.
let me open up. Let me see if I could open up. Let me go through my
Let me see if I
history.
can
See.
find it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna go through my history just so okay, there we go. Because I can see it on my laptop. Let me see if I could get to it. You said
As
the
as
quotes
a
are in
woman,
bold
your
letters.
purpose. Yeah, it says as a woman under preliminary statement.
Let me see. Yeah, it
It says
says as a woman. Damn. In the preliminary statement, he said, as a woman, your only purpose in life is to have children.
and we're in
What?
read the next one.
He might hate women, period. First,
Read
he
that
said,
next one though.
oh. I'm
See,
gonna I'm gonna tweet
that's why I
this.
thought you sent it to me. I was like, oh,
Nah.
we got to use this. It was the first thing I saw when I opened it. I said, damn.
He said racism isn't as bad anymore because interracial marriage is legal and black people aren't slaves anymore. God damn. Mm, mm.
I said,
Racism.
woo.
So he gets to attack a black woman's job. He gets to do. He said
Because
racism
he
isn't
fuck them.
bad. Yeah,
That's why I thought you were going because he fuck them. And you know, a lot of these white boys when
that's
they
where I
screw
was
black
going.
women, go
Mhm.
ahead, go
No,
there
no, no,
then.
no. I don't want to stop you from talking. I just wanted to say that's where I was going. That
No, that's why I want
because
you to go there.
yeah,
Go there,
because
Reverend Doctor. Because that's why I'm telling you. That's I was looking at. I was like, they keep giving these white men these passes by fucking them and sucking their dick.
that's
Seriously.
right. Like and this what I was saying when you had stepped off. This is the one part black women don't want to hear. What we're about to talk about right now, black women don't want to hear. As long as you fuck the white man, he's gonna think he can talk about black women. If you don't have sex with the black, excuse me, if you don't have sex with that white man, maybe he wouldn't feel this way. That's when you had walked away, this comedian Godfrey said that he feels he can talk about black women. And for those that don't know, Godfrey used to frequent Vlad's channel all the time.
He
Now,
defended Vlad against me. He another
oh,
one
he
of them.
did?
Yeah, I can't stand Godfrey. Godfrey a punk. Every one of them dudes, Lord Jamar, all of them. I'm sorry. The only
Mhm.
reason they stopped fucking with Vlad is because Vlad didn't give them what they wanted, not because they had fucking principles. Because if
No,
they
that's what I
did,
was
they would
gonna
have never
say.
done it in the first place.
Right. No, that's what I was gonna say. But the part that he said that black women give DJ Vlad confidence,
Mhm.
he's right. Because I
No,
had
he's right. I just know they know it when they was with him. I just hate, like if
exactly.
me and you cool and I'm getting paid off of it, it ain't
Mhm.
right that after I stop getting paid, now I'm telling everybody your business.
Right. And
Telling everybody how I
hate
really feel about you.
I hate that. I hate I'm a sidebar just for a second. I'm gonna use Wack as an example. When me and Wack fell out, everybody expected me to now say all this foul shit about Wack. I don't take none of this that personal.
Thank you.
And I don't know how to be. To me, I think it's like bitch made it like be retaliatory if you ain't do nothing personal to me. Like, for example, I excuse what you do with Tariq Nasheed because Tariq Nasheed made it personal by showing up to you personally to intervene. So I think you have a right to speak against Tariq Nasheed because of what he did, and he didn't apologize. But like, if it's just some social media shit or whatever like that, like I'm not gonna talk about Wack because he talk about me. If I talk about Wack, it's gonna be free. Like when I'm talking about Wack right now, like that's some bitch shit that Wack did defending Vlad, that he had a right to talk about that black woman's job. And now that Vlad has apologized, what is Wack's
Make it look
defense?
worse. It
Dude,
make it look worse.
it make it look, you look like a fucking coon. You look like a step and fetch nigga that was defending this man. And now that he's apologized, you know what you got to do now, right? You got to say you was wrong.
Or you got to just say something. Somebody in your comment section said it. They said he's probably going to do is double down on it and say that Vlad was pressured into it. So he's still going to try to make a way out for Vlad. But still, that doesn't make a way out because he tried to tell that woman tagging Princeton was going to pressure her into apologizing to him.
So if Vlad was pressured, why would you stand by a man that folds under pressure?
Ooh, so
You
there's no way out of this. Is that what
ain't
you
no
saying,
way out of that. Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you supposed to be a gangster, you don't fold. You defending a nigga that folds. What does that say about your selection of who you defend?
Especially when
So
you're
you
supposed to be a
lose.
stand-up cat.
Yeah,
You
you
about being
stand.
a stand-up
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah, that means you don't know how to pick who you stand with. And Wack didn't know how to pick who. You lose either way. There is no win for Wack in this one. There ain't no win. You can come up and say, well, he folded under pressure. He wanted to keep this. He wanted to keep that. I don't think he folded. I think he really felt he was wrong when he started realizing everybody's saying you shouldn't have attacked her job. Nobody, no sensible, intelligent black person is saying that he shouldn't have responded. But every sensible black person is saying he shouldn't have attacked her job. If it was reversed and a black person went at the job, I would
We've
say
been saying the same thing.
saying the same exact thing. Why attack the job? The job ain't got shit to do with it at all. The livelihood should never come. A person's livelihood should never come in question if they're not doing it in conjunction with their livelihood. If she said that while she's a college professor at a school that accepts all races, she would be wrong. But on a goddamn Twitter about Kendrick and Drake voicing an opinion, and like I said on the Clubhouse, when he told Drake, you have to speak for the Jewish side of you, nobody said nothing to Vlad about that. Vlad told Drake, Vlad said, you have to speak for the Jewish people because your mother's Jewish. Now, if he could make something racial, why couldn't she make something racial? Nobody called him racist for that. I said that, and I said that on No Jumper in front of Wack and Adam. And they didn't tell me I couldn't say that then. Why? Because at that time, they hadn't pieced it up with Vlad. So they let me say that. Like I could pull it. Like I said that right. I said Vlad was wrong for telling Drake that he had to speak for Jewish people. So if he can be racist, why couldn't she be racist? I'm putting the air quotes because neither one of them had to say it. But if one can say it, then they both should be able to say it. So no, Wack don't win in this one. If anything, Wack should say, Cap, I'm sorry for coming at you because Vlad apologized. So I just chose the wrong side. His ego won't let him say that, but that's what he should say. As far as what they did to you, they ain't never gonna apologize for that shit because that's what they do on Clubhouse. What they do on and let me rephrase, they don't
They
do
need
that.
to start apologizing. And listen, God played a long game, I think. It's taking a long time. And I've always wondered, they got people like Tyreek got the shit on my name for years. Vlad continued to shit on my name. And maybe, God played a long game. Because what's happening now is people starting to realize the shit I said, I was right.
Right.
I don't just say things about people. They haven't been able to find out where I lied about somebody. Like Craig R in your comment section. Thank you, Cap.
I did that. I just did
like
that.
these dudes, they don't have anything to say. If I want all y'all who are watching, if you think I'm a bad person, I understand that I say some things that rub you wrong. But y'all have to start saying at some point in time, The people who have the biggest issue with him never says what he said wrong. If all
Right.
y'all know is of, if all you know of me is what I say, then why is it that the people who hate me can't say what I said? They say
Right.
he crispy. They say he slept with trannies. They say he showered his daughter. They say he owed child support. But you don't know me from, I don't owe you no child support, and you ain't the tranny I slept with, and you ain't none of that. What do you know of me? What I say. So is what I'm saying wrong? And if they won't attack that, then that's got to tell you something. Because I got year after year after year, thousands upon thousands of hours of words, and they're not attacking the words, but yet the things I say about people, like what I said about Tyreek and the Jews, said it
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. That's why we fell out. Today, y'all seeing it's true. The shit that happened with Vlad at that damn interview. I never wanted one of those people that said, "Oh, he's a culture vulture" and all this stuff. Because if y'all keep listening to this nigga, he ain't no vulture. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
eating it up on purpose. Y'all saw him, and you just don't have to watch him. And listen, I don't know what's so impressive about Vlad that makes all these industry people have to go to him when y'all could say we could make a black man as big as Adam and Vlad, but
Facts.
y'all would rather be on the white man's platform.
That's right. There's a brother, Doggy Diamonds, that I wish would get that spot that they give him. But I'll tell you why they do it is because he's Jewish. One thing I want everybody to know, when Tommy mentioned the part about trans, he's playing off of what Wack said, because I don't want him to make that soundbite about you. That's not true. That's just what they tried to say about him. I
And
just
he
want that.
admitted it because I went back and listened to it, like what
Yeah,
you
he said
said.
he
He
lied.
sat
Right.
there and said, "You know, that was cap. I just wanted to see what he'd say."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you thought of? A
That
man
was
who
his
been in jail
tactic.
10 years.
That's his tactic. The tactic is to say, where the tranny at?
Like, what? That's why I sat there and said, "Go ahead, put him on. Wherever you're trying to go ahead." And when this man Burn Dog said, I stand corrected, Burn Dog, as long as I've been doing this and everything they've said about me, you mean to tell me this tranny or whatever, or these people with these kids, they just refuse to show up? You know what would make no sense? People who've never met me know this, but the people I did it with won't say a word. So where would
Mhm.
they be getting the information from?
I
If the
don't, I
people
don't.
I'm doing it with won't say it, won't come on your show and interview with you, none of that.
You say
Where
that
the
one more
fuck are
time.
they getting the information?
I don't. Listen, let me. And that's the stupid shit about Clubhouse. On Clubhouse, anybody could come in there and say, "Just all y'all got babies locked up in the cage." Oh, just all y'all got them locked up in the cage. They'll run a whole thing just because somebody said it. That's how stupid they are on that side of Clubhouse. And I used to
Mhm.
love it. And I used to. And here's what I'm good at. One thing I'm good at is going into environments, hearing their bullshit, and being able to teach, because I think everybody should have the opportunity to hear the truth. So everybody always say, "Well, Cat, why do you go in this space? Why do you go in that space?" In the Bible, the Pharisees and Sadducees said to Christ, "Why do you sit with the publicans and sinners?" And Christ said, "They that are sick have no need of excuse me, they that are not sick have no need of a physician, but they that are sick require it." So I go into those spaces hoping that I can wake a brother up. I can wake a sister up. So that's why I go into them places. But at some points, like I had pulled in the scriptures, you got to shake the dust off. So I shook the dust off with them cats a long back in Fed, like a couple months ago. I'll never go back. And when I was listening to him, I said this on my live stream. I actually apologized to my chat. I said, "Man, listening to what the shit that was going through Tommy's phone, I owe y'all apology for being in that goddamn hunter side that long." Cause when I was in the club, when I'm in the room listening to it, I ain't really paying attention because I damn near tune out noise. I'm real good at tuning out noise. But when I listened to it in the live, I said, "What type of crazy shit?" You gotta play. Listen, Tommy, you gotta play. All I need, if you could,
I'm gonna
just
play that. I'm
play.
gonna cue up that part, the end of it.
Oh, yeah,
Right
that's what I
there
want.
where
When
you
they going crazy, and you got to make sure you play as they going crazy, and you over there, you just beatboxing and all that type of shit. Man, this shit is
because I
wild.
understood at first. I didn't know, and I'm glad you said that because the saying "you can't see the forest for the trees" is true. Most of us can't see. When you got kids, you don't see what people are saying on the outside when they tell you, your child is an alcoholic. You don't see that. And even when you do see it, you don't want them to be like that. That's why I like the movie Pet Cemetery. When Gabe came back and his wife came back, they look crazy to the motherfucker. I remember sitting there thinking, I'd have kicked them bitches. I wouldn't have tried to hold them, but those are his kids. So it didn't matter how they came back. He saw what was in them. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have kicked the shit out of them. Oh, no. Oh, no. But then his wife came back with his shit coming out of her eyes, and he up there going to hug the bitch. But that's what he saw what she was prior to all that. Right. That's why I think God allows us to get old together. If you see a picture of a motherfucker at 20 and then see what they look like at 55, you be like, oh, that bitch fell off. But her husband's not seeing that because he saw her.
Because he saw when she was great. Right.
Like, look, think about it. People have to tell us how big our kids have gotten most of the time. We don't even see that this fucker done grew. Think about Shaq's mom hugging this motherfucker, but having to look up to it like this because he's huge. And think about Shaq; he just see his mom.
Right.
So a lot of the times, it's when you're in it, you can't see it. It actually takes an outside perspective to be able to get you to realize shit you can't see. And so when you were in it, you were just there to deliver a message. That other shit was just Shaq.
Right. Exactly. And what you're saying is well said, the way you broke it down. And you damn near have to do that in every space. Like, I don't look at everybody having the same knowledge as me, being on the same level of me. So you can't go into spaces. This is the part when Tommy said, you see something in these niggas, and I do. And sometimes it could be to a fault because you're really going in there. And if you could pull one or two of them out, you'd be like, okay, this is who the Lord wanted. And so that's kind of how I look at it. And so we've pulled people out there. Like I said, when I was going through that live, when you was going through that live and they mentioned the stuff about your daughter, someone from the 100 side called me. When I'm saying 100 side, that's Wack 100 crew. One of his top boys called me to tell me, hey, Cap, what you think about that? This what he's talking to me about. He said, hey, Cap, what you think about that? I said, man, it's crazy. But I talked to Tommy. I told him that it can go like this. He said, yeah, I've been following Tommy for a long time. So I know it's not what they saying, but I ain't going to say that on the stage, is what he said. Now, I didn't know nothing about it, but he knows about it. He's on their side. So even like he think that they side is for him. So now what does that say about his side? That's like somebody from ISUBK calling somebody to say, yeah, Cap bullshit. Cap over there bullshit, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I need to be with the bullshit. What you think I think about your 100 side after you? What you gonna think about ISUBK after you say that? If you calling me to give me the inside track.
But what does that say about us? And this is why I don't stay clicked up. And this is why I think me and you have like this like kind of kindred spirit thing. You remind me of my boy who put that tweet up
with the post up.
So, beige niggas might be better at this shit. Because he said
must
the same
be
thing.
Beige. He beige.
He one of them light skinned niggas too. That's real pro black. And he listened to me. He was like that, and he not only real pro black, but him and his brother do like veganism. They about brothers.
I
you might not want to look up him. His name Chris, but his website is thenwheel.com.
Okay.
And he like they are really about like black folks. Our diet ain't what we eat now. That's why a lot of us die early because we eating outside of who we are. But he even said in the comment section just a minute ago, he said, I actually hate it for you, Tommy. I'm saying, I don't know if I'm gonna quote it right. He said, I hate it for you to talk to these niggas, but I respect that you do. And I always was told this. There's a reason why not everybody could be Jesus. So when you say to yourself, Cap, and when they say to you, Cap, that's why you shouldn't do it, you have to remember that is why you do it.
Right.
You do it because of the one or two you can save. You actually are the fisherman of men, because as a fisherman if you are a fisherman, you realize you can't catch every fish in that ocean.
Right.
You catch but a drop, right? When you fish, you catch but a minuscule amount of fish.
Right. Sea is big. Exactly. I get the one. I always say I get the one who the Lord wanted me to have, and that's it. I go into the lane, and then at some point, just like fishing, when you're in the pond and the fish ain't biting, you say, "Well, the fish ain't biting here," and you go somewhere else. And so that's what
Because
I did when I came. Listen, hey, Tommy, them motherfuckers talked about my teeth. They said my teeth crooked. My teeth ain't crooked now. My teeth ain't the most tight teeth. I don't give a fuck about that. Never had a problem with that. But when a man start talking about your teeth, first of all, I think it's gay to be all in my mouth. But when a man start talking about your teeth, when a man start talking about your teeth, they ain't got nothing else to say. It's no
yeah,
different than when they was
you
talking
really
about the
lost the
tranny.
argument.
You really lost the argument, and that's where it got because he wanted to belittle me too. So he tried to say because there was a point in the conversation when she was like, excuse me, when Wack is saying she got to think about her job, and I said, well, in my job, when I was in corporate America, I still said what I wanted to say. I just didn't say it in corporate America. I said it outside. And so he tried to say I was wrong with that. And when I told him I didn't have to work for the white man no more, that's when he said I got these crooked teeth. Now, maybe because he still got to work for the white man. Because I don't know how you defend Vlad the way that you did and you not working for him. Or
And
you don't tell Vlad, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be on your side. I'm gonna get Tommy for you. And you know what he probably said in his mind? Good nigga is what he said in his mind. Yeah, that's what he said in his mind. You think a
and
white man, you like, I'm gonna give it right back to you. You think black people think a white man respects you when you go attack your own people for him. He does not. You just a good nigga, is what you are.
and here's what's messed up. Vlad tweeted during that whole conversation
Mm-hmm.
a picture of himself while I was arguing with Wack 100. Here it is. Here's the
Wow.
picture of Vlad put of himself. That's just a picture of that's what he tweeted. I didn't tweet it. That's what he tweeted. He was a picture of himself. That is him saying, yeah.
Man,
That
this
was
why I fuck
him.
with Tommy, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Y'all talk all that shit. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all. So I've been rocking with Tommy since like the end of February, beginning of March, some shit like that, right? And so I'm told Tommy is like this black woman basher and all that shit. He was gonna fight some woman and all this shit or whatever. And I said, well, I'm gonna judge Tommy for Tommy when I meet Tommy. So we've done this might be our 8th show, could be our 10th show. I don't know what fucking show it is. But
Lost count.
in my dealings with Tommy, I do not have the issue that y'all have with Tommy at all. What I find and what I think, and we go through the same thing. When we talk about that black woman, it don't even matter what you say about the black woman. If it's not positive, they're going to hate you for it. The same reputation that y'all have about Tommy, the same reputation that we as Israelites have, we tell that black woman to cover her behind up, to shut her mouth, to do all those things. But when you look at how the black woman conducts herself, listen, that goddamn roach. Now, I'm just going to use this subject once, but that goddamn roach, Sexy Red, puts a picture up. Listen, Tommy, I sent it to you. Let me see. I'm just gonna tell you what the picture say. Hold on, let me go to my time. I think I sent it. I think I sent it to you. I know. Here we go. Here we go. This heifer puts out a tweet that say me at the doctor waiting on her to tell me my coochie stink. That's what she said. It's right there. I put it right there. Let me move it over. Look. Y'all can see that right in my screen. Me
Gee.
me at the doctor waiting on her to tell me my coochie stink. And y'all out there, we saying we can't say nothing about the black woman. That
Because
black
come
woman,
on.
yo,
Who else is
that
doing this shit? And it don't be just one woman doing it. It be several of them doing the exact same thing of trying to be as disgusting as possible. Well, how is that okay?
mm-hmm,
How is that defensible?
right.
And I do want to say something about my man Chris said, because you have the young lady in your comment section. Apparently, she's a vegan as well. Mika, your mod, apparently she's one as well. But he said this, and this is pointy, and it's very true because that's how I done got fat. He said, "We lack discipline. Who's more disciplined than someone who watches what they eat on that level?" And he was asking you that, like, who's more disciplined than somebody who watches what they ingest? And you have to remember, so a lot of what we are is what we eat.
Right. Right.
So I mean, I went raw vegan when I was with this white girl. She had me being
Mm.
a raw vegan,
You
and
was with a
at
white
that,
girl before?
yeah, I was with a white girl a long time ago.
Man,
They ran that
good.
white girl off though. Because they found out where like everything about her, and they just kept putting it on the internet. She was like, "Y'all, these niggas are crazy," and she was right. Like it's weird that people would do that, but this was like 2012, 13.
Right.
Um, she was like
You
a Armenian.
corrected yourself since then?
She was Armenian. Is that still white?
Yeah, that's still white. That's still white.
She liked rap. Was that still white?
Look, nigga. You know that's
Man said, "Nigga, don't keep asking me. Stop trying to get out of this shit." She had a fat ass. Was she still white?
yeah, she's still white. The bitch is still listen, no matter what, the bitch is still white. She white.
But she marched for George Floyd, though.
I don't give a
Her uncle on her daddy's side was.
thank the Lord you done gave up the white woman. Give Tommy a hand. He done gave up the
Oh,
white woman. He
somebody
done learned
comment section says she's white, Tommy, with a bunch
that.
Oh,
Oh my
oh
God,
God.
yo. Oh my God, man.
But
Mm-mm.
it's this thing that if you care for someone, I think you're gonna care for them in all ways.
Right.
And I think that when you look at what Wack 100 did, I wish that Black people would be more open to realize a lot of your so-called Black leaders are bought and paid for.
Yep. All
They
of them.
are. It's a
Yep.
motherfucker telling them what to do. They are working for the person with the, and then we used to believe that, oh, the internet has brought more individual voices. Yeah, it did until they start paying them.
Right.
Once niggas start getting paid on the internet, you know what they started doing? What whoever was paying them told them to do. I still remember when the person said, Tommy, what was that? What was his name? Kwame Brown said, Tommy was too stupid to realize that what he was saying would get him flagged. Instead of somebody saying, the one thing we can say about Tommy is he lost all kinds of money and still said what he was saying. He
Right.
didn't change. He didn't
Right.
say, well, it's for the money yet. So somebody should have been able to look and say, because like with Jesus, he kept saying what he was saying until it cost him his life. He didn't say, let me say something
That's what
different so I keep saying it.
that's right. And that's what people don't even realize, right? When a man compromises himself, I would never follow a man like that. That's why I like being in the organization that I'm in, ISUBK. We're all about saying the truth. We don't want to compromise. We don't want to be the ones that are the step and fetch it niggas. The step and fetch it niggas is why we struggling right now. That's why we can't get ahead. That's why we think Democrat is the way. That's why we believe in all the shit that America is telling us instead of changing our ways and falling susceptible to everything the white man gives us because somebody sells it to us. And it's always some sellout Negro that do it. I remember Jesse Jackson. Somebody put Jesse Jackson in the chat. I remember Jesse Jackson at one time was against abortion. Here's what Jesse Jackson said. In the 70s, he said, I'm against abortion because if my mother would have listened to the doctor, I wouldn't be here. And then when Planned Parenthood and them gave him money to run for presidency, you know what he said? I think a woman has a right to choose because he was running for office and they paid for it. That's a step and fetch nigga.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
We have lost the art of showing and again, like I don't use my power very often, but damn it, I just don't like people who've been stalking me around the internet, Jimmy Crack Corn. It is weird that I make myself available for people to have a discussion with me and they just won't do it. I
Yeah.
will talk to you about anything and you just won't do it. You just want to sit around but for some reason, everywhere I go, you find me.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do it, fine. If you're not going to give me respect, are you not Jesus, nigga? Do you understand Jesus wasn't Jesus? Malcolm X wasn't Malcolm X. Martin Luther King wasn't Martin Luther King. These people were, I hated how niggas try to tell somebody they're not something. I
Right.
might not be it to you, but you can't tell me I can't use the fucking example, which is he had to go through this, but he stuck with his guns. Malcolm had to go through it. He stuck with his guns. A lot of people who you didn't respect and y'all killed, people of your ilk,
Right.
killed because you thought they weren't what they said they was. Do you
Mhm.
understand that they were mad at Jesus because he said who he was?
That's right. And had the audacity to stand on it.
Yes, thank you. Did he know? Well, I'm not going to sit up here and compromise what the fuck I am, believe, and what I
Real
know
talk.
because you want me to say something else. And that's what we fall for. And I like that idea of that's what the step and fetch is, because they're saying basically someone's barking out orders for you, and you just, yeah, okay. If that's what it takes to get my next meal, if that's what it takes to pay my, and I'm not against you people who do it. Let me just point out what I'm saying about you people who do it. You are but a link in the chain.
Right.
You live your life being a link in the chain. That's it. And typically that chain might be around somebody's neck.
Mhm. That chain ain't got no say so. That chain got to go with whatever the conveyor belt say it's supposed to go. Whether good or bad. You be heading down to a ditch. You don't think to break the chain and not be down the ditch. You just go right down in the ditch with them. Don't make no goddamn sense to me. Can you play that? Do you have that part
Yeah,
pulled? I want
we
them to
got it.
see
We
this.
got it queued up.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah, I
go and
want
put it
them.
up here right quick. Let's see if I can move it over
I
a little
got
bit.
his phone number.
Sucking the Jew man's dick. You have gang bang with your bitch ass.
I told you that right now. I didn't say that on there. I don't know what the
No,
fuck.
you did say it on you. If he plays it, if
Your
he
name ain't Tyreek, nigga. We talking about you. I can speak on Tyreek. I got his phone number. I didn't set out with him. I can call that man. We talked. But what I'm saying, when your name came up, did I fucking elaborate on any of that shit?
Whoa.
Did I say, yo, if he like that, I didn't say shit. Because I never heard it come out your
I know,
mouth,
but
right?
and you also said on the show tonight, you said
I never mentioned your name.
Yes, and you also said on the
Did
show.
I ever mention your name?
You mentioned my name. Ever. You didn't mention anything about me.
Your fucking name. I didn't say nothing about.
I said you didn't say anything about me. You mentioned my name though.
Okay, so let's flip it. You don't think you should have left it where it was at when you said, "Well, I don't know nothing." You know,
if you believe I should have left it where it was, we'll say I should have just said I don't know anything about it and should have never spoken to the man.
Not about what I believe. Now you acting like a little bitch.
Why? Okay, so now I'm getting called out of my name simply because I answered a question based upon what I was getting.
Ass nigga. You's a bitch. You's a bitch ass nigga.
Why? Because you is a bitch, you bitch ass nigga. You's a bitch. No explanation at all. Am I this?
Man up and say, you know what, Wack? Because you said you don't want to man up and say, you know what, Wack?
Because I don't agree with you, I'm a bitch ass nigga.
No, because you don't want to say, I heard what you did with my name, which you didn't say shit.
But I'm not you.
Yet, you let niggas gaslight you.
But I'm not you. I didn't bad mouth you.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't bad mouth you.
You talked about me as if
I talk about Donald Trump and I don't know him.
Nigga, I'm not Donald Trump.
You're a public figure.
I'm not black, but you're not.
I'm not
That's
what?
You're not.
I am a public figure.
You ain't no public figure. You's a bitch ass nigga.
I'm a bitch ass public figure. Still, so you brought me up here. You ain't no public figure. You the bitch ass nigga. I mean, I'm a bitch ass public figure. I'm still a public figure. No matter what things you want to put in front of that, I'm still a public figure.
Right. You couldn't get around that. And listen, when this part about here, this one is about to go crazy with them going off. And Tommy just sitting there laughing and making fun of these niggas. Like, and they think they getting you. And Tommy, here's what you don't know, Tommy. They think they are getting you. They on the clubhouse side, all that stuff they saying, they think that they're getting under your skin, that they're bothering you, that you're gonna be bothered, that you're gonna say something, that you're gonna do that. That's what they actually believe. By calling you all over,
Well, that's why I know they kicked me out. I said my whole job was gonna be, I'm just gonna make them kick me out because I figured out what it was when somebody told me on Twitter. In Twitter, they call it running you down. And what they do is say the most foul shit to you until you quit. And so I realized at that moment, oh, well, they're just trying to get me to quit so they can say they won. And when I wouldn't quit, they kicked me off because I was like, y'all jumping on me. Why would you need to kick me off if y'all were winning? They would have left me there to have me basically be crucified, to have me be embarrassed. You wouldn't have kicked me out, but it got to the point where, well, you know what? He's winning. Let me kick him out. And here it is.
Right.
To just disrespect me and I ain't disrespected you. This is childish. Yo, this is childish. I haven't said anything wrong to this man.
You're childish. You're childish.
I haven't said a word wrong to you, sir.
No, yes, you have. Because
what did I say wrong? Go ahead, tell me.
Wack, you know what?
Oh, I didn't say what you wanted me to say, so I'm a bitch ass nigga.
First of all, bro, keep gang banging out your mouth because your bitch ass don't understand.
Gang banging wasn't in my mouth with your bitch ass. You're not gonna keep on with all these. I didn't say nothing about gang bang with your bitch ass. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck y'all. Y'all niggas are stupid. They look at how many of them jumped in right there. Though that was weird. You're saying that's what they normally do?
That's what they do. Listen. 12 niggas coming. You lucky it was only 12 niggas. Usually it's 30 niggas coming off my.
I was talking to him, and then like right there when I said you a bitch ass nigga, they all jumped in to save him. That was weird.
Everybody, that's what they do. That you guaranteed to get called all kind of bitches and by men and women on that stage. Soon as it go off. Soon as it go off.
Will convert half of his audience if they let him speak, and Wack knew that. A lot of these niggas, that's why they won't let me speak to their audience, because they know if you get a chance to hear me in long form, it's different than someone telling you this bitch ass nigga said something about the black woman. Then they play the clip.
And that was the same.
You're gonna hate me. They set you up to hate me.
Facts. And that was the same thing they would do with me. Like me being on that stage, like I used to be on that stage. And I would run like, and here's what made me stay on that 100 side so long. Like you go over there and you're gonna experience that part. That part comes with the territory being on that side. But because they know I'm there, and the more they would learn about me being there, they would begin to ask questions. Like I've taught so much of the Bible on that stage, answer questions about life, and you can't be your own individual voice on that 100 side. You got to be the 100 side's voice. If you're not their voice, you're not going to last that long. So the clashes came not because me and Wack had an actual genuine issue with. We've never had a personal issue. It's just all made up shit to get me out of there because God forbid they listen to another voice that counters that voice. So that's why when the comment said Tommy will convert half the audience, the reason why Will Common is saying that, and he's right to say it, because when you come in that room and they tried to say the things that they said to you in that short time, it didn't work. And so the only thing to resort to is the child Peter Pan shit. Oh, you a bitch, nigga, you a bitch. And once he says you a bitch, that gives all of the cronies the cue up. He called him a bitch. That's my cue. Yeah, you bitch ass nigga, where the trainers at? Fuck you, nigga. You can't do this. Why you ain't do this? Now everybody's all mute. And then the confusion is what they love. You ever seen that movie, Idiocracy? You ever seen that movie?
Yes. I call it prophecy.
Listen, Idiocracy, right. And so remember, Idiocracy, this nigga's answering 2 + 2. This nigga's answering 8 + 6. And because he's the smart nigga, they want to kill him because he's smart. And that's
they would make fun of him like he was saying something was 100% correct. And they would say,
right,
look at his faggy response. Yeah. And I was laughing. He's like, what?
They laughing at him knowing the answer. That's the 100 side, Idiocracy. Because when you go over there and begin to make sense, it becomes a threat. Because they don't want the shit that makes sense. They want the shit that keeps you an idiot. Facts.
And thank you to my man Monte. He threw a couple dollars at me on cash.
Oh, that's what's up.
He said, I like how you beat them 1 versus 12. And Chris said something, my man, MWill.com. He said something that I've been saying since it happened. That's why I said maybe God's playing a long game. The reason why Vlad did not release that interview is either one, he didn't actually record it, or two, because I think I did an amazing job on that interview. There was no one interrupting me, and I got 3 hours of answering every question he asked, and I think I did it. I think if someone listened to that interview, they would walk away from it saying, oh, I get it. I get why he thinks that. So of course he's not going to release the fucking video. You're right about that. He won't release the video because he knows when you're not having someone yell at me and call me names, I do pretty fucking good with questions you ask.
That's right. Because you can sit there and you mentioned something about Kindred Spirits. One thing you good at is like when they ask you questions, and I can do this, like I don't care how loud or ignorant you're acting, I can hear the question and just give the answer. And it's almost like what begins to happen is like, I don't want to say that men that act like this was raised by their mothers, because I don't think every male does that. Predominantly, I would probably say that they are, because when you make sense to a woman, she eventually yells and throws them same goddamn fits, because she wants to be irate and angry. You want to make sense. So as you sitting there just simply answering the question, and when he hears the question in his brain, he knows it makes sense. Oh, I'm about to lose the audience. I'm about to lose them. I can't lose. So let me go to what I know best. And then I go that route. And that's what you saw. That's what you saw on that Hunter side, to where, and reputation, I go through this. So I know that you went through this on that stage. Your reputation, they probably think he gonna come in here loud and stuff like that, so let's get ready. And when you wasn't what they thought you were, and even that's a tactic. I go into spaces, sometimes I'll be loud, sometimes I'll be calm. I judge it off of the environment. Like if the environment calls, it's like damn near like a war tactic. If you're going to war, if you're going into a battle, you don't go into every battle the same. You gauge it, you listen, and I always listen first. So when the tactics didn't work, that's why they resorted to that, because they couldn't deal with the style that you was coming with. So they didn't know what questions to ask. They ran out of responses. It was easy. It was really like light work. And like I told you on that phone call before you went on there, I said, Tommy, what's probably gonna happen is them niggas gonna get you. They're gonna come at you, they're gonna do all of that. And so I'm just thankful that the brotherhood that we had allowed me to prepare you for it. And I'm not saying that you wouldn't have been able to deal with it, but to know what you was walking into is way better. So you can be prepared for it. So when it goes that way, it was like, damn, Cap, you was right about this.
That's why I told you I appreciated that you did it.
Right.
Because I said if I hadn't have been given that warning, and I'm starting to realize that as I got a little older, you can tell who give a shit about you is when people do give you that warning. What happens is when we ignore and don't heed those warnings, that's why it says pride comes before the fall.
Right.
Because typically what happens is you were given a warning, but your pride told you, whatever reason it was, I don't want to hear it. Your parents probably gave you some warnings about a lot of shit that you ended up doing anyway. And what happened? You had friends that were on your side that you thought weren't on your side. They just jealous. Pride, because you don't want to hear someone tell you no. Typically, we want someone to, when we even ask for advice, we want the advice that the person to give us to be confirmation bias.
Right.
We just want you to confirm what we want it to do. And if you want, we'll go find it from somebody else. And we'll go down the line to get 9 different opinions until somebody says yes.
That's
and
facts.
so, but I'm gonna play the rest of this. You want me to go ahead and play the rest of this?
Yeah. Because again, this rundown, we just want to do a recap, so we won't keep y'all here to midnight tonight.
Oh no, yeah, this should be pretty quick. Let's go. They were right. They were right about how y'all talk. Y'all niggas are idiots. So as you see right there, he was the whole thing started. I was supposed to go, and the title of the show was I'm supposed to be going there to talk about what happened between me and Brad.
That's right.
Somehow he got it to, and the only way he could do it was, well, did you say anything about me? And I was like, I can't remember saying anything about you. So then they pull up this interview. In this interview, this man keeps trying to say, and the guy is the dude who helped form NWA. I forgot his name. Alonzo Williams. So
Mhm.
Alonzo Williams was trying to tell me about Wack 100. He was like, this nigga old and be out there telling motherfuckers to fight, cussing people out, threatening to kill people on Clubhouse all day. And I said, well, if he's doing that, that goes back to what I was saying about the Peter Pan effect. That's all I said.
Mhm.
He said I should not have said that. And
Mm.
now he's doing exactly what that man said he does.
Exactly.
That was the weirdest part about it. What you have to say about that? Because you talked about that.
What I was saying, it proved. I was saying this earlier. Like what that proved is that that's who he is. He wanted the perception to be, I'm not like that. I deal with these gang members because I'm trying to get them out that life, but I don't act like that. So why would you say anything about me because I don't act like that? And as you sit, you see how I'm saying it, right? And then as you sitting there saying, well, I just said if. So if I'm saying if, I'm not saying that because I already said I don't know you. So I'm just saying if that's the case, because I don't know if that's the case or not. So I'm just giving commentary. So if that's the case, that's wrong. And if he wasn't like that, he would have never got offended at you saying if.
Yep.
But because he's like that, is why eventually those colors come out. You damn they called the demon out the nigga. The whole demon came out the nigga. He said, fuck you. Use a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga would never come out of my mouth if I'm trying to show you I'm not that. Even if I am that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but if that's what I am, it's gonna come out. There's no way it don't come out.
Yep.
And
a lot of
that
these
that
people.
and the last part I just want to end. So when you make that point, when you say you're proving them right, everything that you're saying, he can't say he's not that because that's just what he is. And just own the shit. Don't try to put up the facade that you're not that. Just own it. And we all know Wack for saying, pull up your address on Pyro, I'm pulling up, I'm doing this. He does that. Like it bugged me out that he wanted to say, why are you saying that when that's what he does?
Oh, he was giving me the preacher Wack 100. He was like, no, what I'm doing is telling the youth that I've been through it and they shouldn't go through it. On my shows, I'm not talking. I was like, well, I mean, sir, I mean, that's good. I agree with that. I'm gonna be listening. I'm like, but this would be your job right now to say it to me. If you're not this asshole like you say you are, like you said, stop giving people what they expect. If you expect me to slap a bitch, why would I slap a bitch and then get mad that you said I'm gonna slap a bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just weird. The white people fuck with black people on Twitter about it all the time. They got this meme where they said this white man says to the black person, "You're violent," and the black person says, "Shut up! Don't call me that before I kill you." It's like, and then, but for as racist as a lot of the white people are black folks, that shit is real. Those niggas literally did that. How dare you say I cuss motherfuckers out and threaten them to kill you, your bitch
I'll
ass
kill you,
nigga.
nigga. I'll kill you. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's like the black woman saying, don't call me a bitch, but she act like a bitch. I mean, come on.
Right. I'm like, whoa, bro, at least try not to do what you said you won't do.
You ain't and listen, he didn't last 5 minutes.
Nope.
Didn't last 5 minutes. The minute he brought that shit up, he was already gone and let it. And I thought it was good to do this rundown and a recap of it. One of the main reasons is to show Wack did all that to defend a white man over his brother. And if I could remind everybody, Tommy, me and him got into it. He told me that we was wrong for having white people kiss the boot. And so I says to him, I said, well, you know, we don't make white people kiss the boot. We be out there teaching and we ask. I said, we be out there teaching. No, we don't make them. We just say, hey, man, are you sorry for what your ancestors did? Well, here's a gesture that you can do. And they willingly do it. And we got into a full blown back and forth. And you know what he told me? He told me he was going to find some white boys and get them on me. What did he say? Defending the white man.
Why would he? Why am I?
And here's the crazy, Tommy. Here's the crazy part. He said because he said if y'all go out there saying and if something happened to y'all, that's cool because that's something that happened to y'all. Y'all signed up for it. He said, but what about the mom? What about the mamas? What about the babies that ain't got nothing to do with it? And when the white man find out that y'all doing it, they gonna harm y'all. You know what I said to him, Tommy? I said, you know what? I said, you right. I said, what about the mamas and the babies? So I said, I'll tell you this. What we do know is that in the Bloods and the Crips, the mamas and the babies is getting killed.
Ooh.
So I said, so if you want me to stop getting white people to kiss our boots, then you got to actively join me in the community to stop Bloods and Crips from killing each other because we know innocence is dying there. We know innocent men, women, and children are dying because of gang violence. Everybody, you see how they came off mic on you with that shit? They came off mic with me with that shit because it made too much damn sense. And that's where the disconnect is at. And so it starts with Wack defending the white man because you can't say he was not defending the white man because when that white man was on his channel, they gave him no attack. Here it is. Tommy is coming to clear up the air with the white man. If Tommy was coming on Clubhouse to clear up the air between him and Wack, then Wack has the right to say the things that he's saying. He has the right to go off. He has the right to do all of that. But if Wack knows he's coming to clear up the air with what the white boy said against him, and you're not going to let him clear the air against the white man, but going to defend him, what does that say about Wack and defending the white man?
And I never even disrespected the white dude.
Shout out to Maxwell Smart. Appreciate
Oh,
that super. Yeah, I just wanted to shout out the super chat donation. Appreciate Maxwell Smart with the super chat donation, man. We appreciate it. And it should be considered a powerful message. And before you go, I got one more, Tommy. Last year, that same white boy Jeremy that I mentioned, there was a brother on Clubhouse. He went by, his name was Sean Jones. He went by 10K. When that whole Kyrie Irving thing came out with the Jewish community, he started doing a lot of rooms about the Jewish community and how they was wrong for attacking Kyrie. Jeremy takes credit for getting that account clip. I do a room to bring Sean on there to talk about it. And they flipped it on him to defend the white boy then too. And flipped it on him again. So I just wanted to point that out before you go. I probably got about 10 more minutes though, Tommy, on it. I don't know if you wanted to play any more of that, but I probably got about 10 more minutes. But I think we have to understand that sometimes we do become our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
You would have thought that. Go ahead, Tommy. I'm sorry.
I'll just play that up into 10 minutes and then ride out. I think it might be that might be about what's left. So let's go ahead and play it. I guarantee you'll fuck me up. Come to Atlanta with that shit, man. Everything y'all talking about, bring it to Atlanta. I ain't gotta hear y'all shit. Hey, I'm in Atlanta. Everybody know where I'm at. Don't threaten me online. Don't threaten me online. Come do it in real life. Don't threaten me online. Why y'all make threats online? That ain't gangster. Making threats online, that's gangster. Y'all, how the fuck did we get here? I ain't said shit to disrespect now one of these niggas. And they sit here doing exactly what the guys said they did.
Let's speak the truth, Tommy.
Y'all doing exactly what the niggas said y'all do.
What's up with you dealing with the transgender, Tommy?
What transgender have I ever dealt with?
Wake it up.
What transgender have I ever dealt with? Go ahead, tell them.
Maddie on the floor right now.
Tell them a transgender I dealt with.
Not on the floor right now?
Go ahead.
What you mean?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell this transgender.
Where Naughty at?
Yes, please bring this transgender up here.
Oh, no, we're going to get Naughty in here because Naughty got some history with you. We're going to see what's going on with you. You know, because you know this.
Yeah, please, I would love to hear this.
I mean, listen, if you part of the community, my nigga just own.
Y'all see how stupid niggas are? You can't win, so you start making shit up. You're a part of the community. You're with a tranny.
Bro, listen, bro.
Tranny would have been outed me. I'm 48. A tranny would have been outed me. They wouldn't have waited for Wack 100.
Here go the thing, bro. Keep gang culture out your mouth, cause
you ain't gonna tell me what the hell I can't talk about. That's the same thing that black woman told your butt buddy to keep black music out of his mouth.
He told, hey, that black woman told your butt buddy to keep black music out of mouth. You said he can't. Your butt buddy, what about your butt buddy? Your butt, but what about your Jew buddy? What about your Jew buddy? Let's talk about your Jew buddy. Let's talk about your Jew buddy. Let's talk about that Jew nigga. You sucking a Jew man's dick. You out there sucking a Jew white man's dick. You going hard for that white man. You going hard for that white man. What? How often he fuck you in the ass, Wack 100? How often he fuck you in the ass, Wack? Wack, how often he fuck you in the ass? How often does Vlad fuck you in your ass? How often do you?
I didn't know you said all of that.
I would like for you to tell us this, sir. Are you up here defending the hell out of that white man? How often does he suck your? How often you suck his dick? How often do you suck Wack 100 dick? Say, I just want to know. I want to know how often do you suck that Jew's dick? You love that Jew, boy. You are up here fighting me over that Jew. You are fighting me over that Jew. You are fighting me over this Jew. I want to know why you fight me over this Jew. What did this Jew do to you to make you fight me over him, sir? What did this Jew make you do? What did this Jew make you do? What did this Jew make you do? What did this Jew? Y'all look at how he attacking me over this Jew. He is attacking the shit out of me over this Jew. That Jew pay you good, don't he? That Jew pay you well, doesn't he? My daughter's 18 and attends Duke this year. What is your daughter doing, nigga? What is your daughter doing? My daughter's 18 years old and is attending Duke this year. What is your daughter doing? What is your daughter doing? My daughter is 18. She's going to Duke. Y'all say whatever you want. Go ahead, try me, but I ain't been wrong. I ain't been wrong. My daughter's 18 and going to Duke this year. Woo! Say something about that, bitch, nigga. Where your kids going? Where they gang banging and shit? Where you going? That's why you got Wack in your name, nigga. Oh, you can't say that about my daughter's going to Duke. Look up Duke. Look up Duke, nigga. Look up Duke. My daughter's going to Duke. Where your kids going, nigga? Where your kids going? My daughter's going to Duke. Where's your kids going? My daughter's going to Duke this fall. Where's your kids going? My daughter's going to Duke in the fall. My daughter's going to Duke in the fall. My daughter's going to Duke in the fall. These motherfuckers just couldn't wait to sit up here and say dumb shit to me. So I'm going to sit up here and say dumb shit back. If they going to say dumb shit, we're going to say dumb shit. Where your kids going, nigga? Where your kids going, nigga? All you did was prove what the nigga said about y'all was right. I'm all kind of bitches. I am, but y'all ain't going to put hands on me. Y'all ain't going to do shit to me, nigga. Now one of y'all niggas will do shit to me, but ain't now one of y'all niggas gonna do shit to me. Now one of y'all niggas will do shit to me. Fucking, yo, bitch, nigga. Yo, ho, nigga, bitch, nigga. We tough on the app. Whoa, we tough as hell on the app. We are tough as fuck on the app. Y'all motherfucker, I thought you didn't know who I was. Whack ass 100. What happened to what? We gonna whoop your ass we see you in the club. What the fuck? You know, bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. What the fuck? This is what I'm talking about. You's a bitch nigga. I'll whoop your ass. Don't be talking about gang culture, nigga, cause we done killed somebody. We the realest niggas on the block. Whoa, boy, that Jew dick must be good. That Jew's dick must be amazing. That Jew you ain't answering that question I asked you. That Jew got some great dick. I want all y'all black folks to listen. How hard this man go for that Jew. That Jew is the best thing in the world. Did you hold the balls while you were sucking the Jew dick? Did you hold the balls? Where's the tranny at? I thought you had a tranny that was telling you they been with me. Where the tranny at, bitch? Where's the tranny, 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 bitch? Where is the tranny, bitch? We're waiting on the tranny, bitch. Where's the tranny, hoe? Where's the tranny, bitch? I don't want to hear shit but this tranny. Where the tranny at, bitch? Where's the tranny at, bitch? Oh, you not gonna bring the tranny up, bitch? You just not gonna bring the tranny up? The tranny just ain't gonna show up, huh? The tranny just ain't here. Where's the tranny? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why niggas are in the position they're in America. Niggas are the dumbest group in the world. You would never see another group of people doing this. Only niggas do shit like this. Only niggas would sit up here and talk like this. Then they got this stupid hoe up here talking. They got this stupid bitch in there talking. And this stupid niggas up here just talking. They're saying dumb shit. But then had the nerve to say, why would you tell people? I don't do that. I try to help the youth. I don't do what they said. And then do exactly what the man said y'all do. This is crazy. My daughter's in Duke. Where's your daughter at? Somebody's in your daughter's Duke shoot. Wack 100, your daughter's a hoe. My daughter's in college. Let's talk about it. Your daughter's a hoe. My daughter's in college. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come and talk to me. My daughter's in college. Somebody fucking your daughter right now. Your daughter ain't shit. Your daughter's trash. My daughter's going to Duke. Talk about it. Explain this. Explain this, nigga. Why's my daughter do? Why, nigga? Why? Why, nigga? Where's the tranny? Where's the tranny, nigga? My daughter's 18. Where's the tranny?
I think that's enough.
If they want to hear the rest, y'all can go.
Y'all can go on Rumble to check out the rest. And now, here's why I wanted y'all to listen to this. And here's why I wanted it. Because when you listen to it on Clubhouse or if you put up, you're not going to hear Tommy at all. So you're going to be under the assumption that Tommy was either drowned out, stopped talking, or anything like that, because it's so many of those other voices talking. They don't hear Tommy making fun of them like this, which is sad. And the greatest lesson of all is that just be able to stand on your position. Be a man. Tommy didn't ask me to talk. If you listen to the whole interview, you'll never hear Tommy say, Cap, where you at? You gonna step in? I ain't got no text from Cap. You gonna from Tommy rather. Are you gonna step in? You gonna help me? Tommy was fine standing on his own, and I knew he was fine standing on his own. I didn't say nothing. You don't need to, especially on a social media app, you don't need 13 niggas on one. It should have just been 1-to-1. If Wack had an issue, if Wack wanted to defend Vlad so much against Tommy, he should have did it on his own. They have this thing on the West Coast, say shoot the fade. Why didn't he just shoot the fade with Tommy? Why did he have to include all them other niggas on there? And the other lesson is black people got to stop defending the white man against their own people. And that's what Wack did. Wack let Vlad say what he wanted to say. And then he pretended to tell Tommy that he was going to let him have his say only to set him up. How long are black men going to set up other black men for the white man? That's all I got to say about it.
Vlad off like that? Think about it. Did he do that to Vlad? When he was asking Vlad about why he did what he did to that black woman, did he go in at him and bring up any other situation in which he fucked over black folks? Did he say, what about what you said about Farrakhan? Can we talk about that? Did he keep cutting him off and doing that? No, he let this son of a bitch explain everything that he wanted to explain. Me, who he should have had no beef with at all. Because when he asked me what I thought about what the black woman said, I said, no, I believe she was wrong for saying that. And he could have responded the way he wanted to. Now, the problem is we then have to ask, this man who tried to sell to y'all because I fuck a black woman, and I'm really mad about that. And I know we can't go into it now, but I'm mad that black women keep getting these white boys passes.
Oh, word is bond.
White boy, because they fuck a black woman, they down. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. They don't do that to us. When we get a white woman, it's immediately looked at as, what the fuck are you doing? But you get the fuck white men and still be what's that woman who wrote the damn poem "Still I Rise"? Maya
Angelou.
Maya Angelou. She married.
They got this bitch. Yeah, they got this bitch like she one of the greatest black women ever.
Of all time.
Don't get me started. You got Diana Ross. They think her daughter black. That's a white woman.
They
Don't get me.
never put them down for being with white men. And the white men that they fucking get like immediate passes to be and say whatever they want to. They in the picnic. They get to come to the cookout simply because they find a black woman attractive. That shit is stupid.
Right.
It's one-sided, and it is why I preach the way I preach, and I understand why black women would get mad, and I understand why black men follow them because they want the pussy. But you can't find a place where I've been wrong. It's not cute to sit up there and watch every time a black woman have a white man. The first thing they yell is how pretty the baby's gonna be. Yet when you turn around and a black man get with a white woman, they don't yell, "Ooh, look how pretty the baby's gonna be." They don't say any of that shit. It needs to be fair. If we actually are supposed to be a team, you can't have your Kamala Harris's. Thank you, Damon. And then she cool, but she with this white man. You can't have Ketanji Jackson Brown. You can't have her be with a white man, and y'all don't bring it up. You can't have Mayor de Blasio be with a black woman, and therefore he cool. You can't do it.
Right. That's real shit. So as we said, welcome to the rundown. We wanted to give y'all this excellent recap of Tommy Sotomayor versus Wack 100 defending the white man. It should have been a recap of Tommy gives his side of the interview with Vlad. The reason why we couldn't do that is because Wack chose to defend Vlad instead of standing with his brother, and at best he could have just not said nothing. Like he let the white man talk. He could have let Tommy talk and not say nothing and let the content, and it still would have been the same. But our desire to defend the white man at all costs is damn near in our DNA, even gang members. So we appreciate y'all joining, man. Yeah, we're even gang members, and I appreciate y'all joining us tonight. You'll get your regular show when we go for a couple of hours. We just wanted to do this rundown, so we appreciate y'all joining. Tommy, I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't know if you got anything you got.
I know you gotta go. You want me to play one?
Yeah, listen, man. It's always good to get one good old song from Tommy. Listen, I knew you was pulling this shit up. I knew you was pulling it up.
All right, this one is a song, an old school song I did. It's called Punk 'em, and I think this song is apropos because I punk these niggas. So I got a song called I Bet I Punk 'em. So I just go around just punking niggas like I was Ashton Kutcher. Here's the song. Thank y'all. See y'all. We say either Friday or Sunday, whichever one comes up, or hell, even both. But I thank y'all for coming out. Here's my song, Punk 'em, and you can find all my songs on Bandcamp. And if you want to listen to the show that we played a little bit, you can go find me on my rumble.com. You download the app, whatever, or just go to my website at tjskoc.com. Here's the song right here.
It's your boy, T Dizzle, Mr. Marbury, Madness, all that Nissan. See ya. And this right here is what I call an instant classic. And anybody don't like it, fuck them bastards. Check it out. This song for all you niggas that seem to think that I won't pull out the strap. Or maybe perhaps I'm scared to dish your ass in my rap. You must have read the wrong bio, dog. Let me tell you something. I might not be from Compton, but if I get the dumping, I bet I pump. Like Tupac did to Jay-Z, I bet I pump. Like LL did Kumo D, I bet it your cannabis LL, you know you wrong. Ending that man career over one damn song, I bet I pump. Like Foxy Brown did Corrupt, I bet I pump. And have your ass crying and stuff, and making songs talking about how I done fucked your bitch. That's what you get when you fuck with this Rough Rider clique. I bet I pump. Like USA did Saddam, I bet I pump. Like North Korea and Vietnam, I bet it yet Japan when we drop that bomb. I pour it on even though I know the battle is on. I bet I pump. I bet it won't fuck with me. I bet I pump, especially if I bring the heat. I bet I pump. Get me the dog. Yeah. You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump. I bet it won't fuck around. I bet I pump. I make it pump ass little town. I bet I pump. That nigga dog. You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump. I make his ass scared to death. I bet I pump. I make his ass beg for help. I bet I pump. I make him come up off his cheese. Get off your knees. You trying to shut my mouth, bitch, please. I bet I pump. I make his ass come off that pan. I bet I pump. I bet he won't come back across town. I bet I pump. Cause I don't play like homie the clown. And when I come around, boy, you know I shut that shit down. I bet I pump. I make him come up off of them thugs. I bet I pump. And have his girl licking my nuts. I bet I pump. So when I see his ass in the club, he know what's up. Nigga, come up off them keys of your pro. I bet I pump. Like Michael Jackson did them kids. I bet I pump. Like R. Kelly and that young ass bitch. I bet I pump. Like Jerry Heller when he signed Bone. That's that real type. Get a nigga shit that I'm on. I bet I pump.
I bet he won't fuck with me.
I bet I pump.
Especially if I bring the heat.
I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
I bet he won't make a sound.
I bet I pump.
Cause he's scared I'ma break him down.
I bet I pump.
Now that nigga dog.
You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump. Like he was Ja Rule and I was fit. I bet I pump. Like G Money on New Jack City. I bet I pump. Like Sosa did Tony Montana or Arthur Blank did Dan Reeves down in Atlanta. I bet I pump. Like Sugar did Roberto Duran. I bet I pump. Like Charles Barkley did that fan. I bet I pump. And make his ass wish he was dead. And make your girl give me head while I lay in your bed. I bet I pump. Like Hitler, how we did them Jews. I bet I pump. Like blacks integrating the schools and white folks in the South trying to kick us out. Or Eminem when the new issue of Source come out. I bet I pump. Like Suge did Dr. Dre. I bet I pump. Like L.A. Reid did Babyface. I bet I pump. Like prosecuting Microsoft. Like Georgia Power, cause I'm quick to make a nigga lights go. I bet I pump.
I bet he won't fuck with me.
I bet I pump.
Especially if I bring the heat.
I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
I bet he won't fuck around.
I bet I pump.
I make his punk ass leave town.
I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
I make him wanna leave the block.
I bet I pump.
And ride around with his car door locked.
I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
Yeah, come on. I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
I bet you now his feelings hurt.
I bet I pump.
Now he's scared and wanna go to church.
I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
Yeah, you know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
I'm sticking for his watch and chain.
I bet I pump.
Matter of fact, I'm taking everything.
I bet I pump.
From that nigga dog.
You know, I bet I pump. I bet I pump. I bet I pump. I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
Yeah, I bet I pump. Well, I'm on pump. I bet I pump.
That nigga dog.
Happy Halloween, nigga. I bet I pump. Hey man. Hey, I bet I pump him like Don King did Mike Tyson. Wait a minute. I got another one. Hold up. Hey, I bet I pump this nigga like Halle Berry did Eric Benet. Wait a minute. I got some more. Hold on. Don't let it go. Wait a minute. I bet I punk that nigga like Holyfield White did him in court. Wait a minute. I ain't finished. Hold up, dog. Hey, I bet I punked that nigga like O.J. Simpson did Ron Goldman. Wait a minute. That ain't it. Hold up, dog. Wait a minute. Hold up, dog. Check it. I bet I punked that nigga like Ludacris did T.I. Oh, yo, one song, dog. I bet I fuck this nigga like Jay-Z did R. Kelly. We told him, get your young girl fucking ass off my tour. Wait a minute. I bet I fuck this nigga like the Miami Dolphins did Ricky Williams. They told him they want their motherfucking money back. I bet I fuck this nigga like CP. Like CP did Mo. All right, so that was that. It's a long ass song. I just went off.
Yeah,
on
this
that.
what
I
I
just thought I said that was
I see.
Say some
No,
the
but that's
Jews,
definitely a good ass
like
song.
blacks integrating the schools and white folks in the South trying to kick us out, or Eminem when the new issue of Source come out.
Yeah, I like that song, and it was appropriate. It was definitely
Look,
appropriate,
you
man.
muted. You muted.
Oh, can you hear me? Where am I? You can't hear me?
I
You
still
can't
can't
hear
hear
me?
you.
Oh, you still can't? I can hear myself. Can y'all hear
Can
me?
y'all hear me and I can't?
Can y'all,
Oh,
I ain't
go
got.
ahead. I can hear you now. My bad. Yeah. My ear. Fuck you, nigga. You failed for it. You failed for it. You was broken buttons.
I'm like,
You said
what is? I'm looking around at the buttons and shit. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's like, what the fuck is happening right now, man? I ain't know what was happening, man. No, but I did like the song. I was saying like the song was good. The song was fitting right now, man. We appreciate it, man. So until
Yes,
next time, man, we'll see y'all. Like you said, either Friday or Sunday, both days. Just look forward to the next rundown, man. You tuning into the TNT show. Tommy and Tazaryak and Tommy. We don't care how it goes, man. Until next time, we'll see y'all later.
peace.
All right, peace.